Hey everybody, we're at episode 39, and well, it's been a month since my last video, so there's quite a bit that's happened. Let's just start with, we're gonna talk about the dangers of having a bad sponsor and the damage and chaos it can cause. So I went from one extreme to another, from having a very soft sponsor that wasn't dominating enough. I felt that I subconsciously was manipulating the situations, and it just wasn't the structure that I needed. I was his first sponsee, and we puttered around for almost a year and didn't do much. So that wasn't really a good fit. I then chose a very aggressive, hardcore kind of sponsor. Lots of years clean. I thought it was good, but it turns out years clean mean nothing. He was very kind of psychologically damaging. He was very super egotistical, and everything became about him. And he managed to pepper in almost to every conversation his business, his success, how much money he makes, that he's just so successful, to the point where, like, I started to fucking resent him. It stopped being about me at some point, but not even about that. The whole point of a sponsor is to guide you through the step work and through the program of the 12-step program. And the first one I had kind of stopped abruptly because he was busy, and then I relapsed. And this one, we had his own shit going on, but said we were going to, but never really did anything related to the step work. In 3 months, did nothing. I felt like he just put a lot of emphasis on meeting attendance, which it is important, but like a year in, all I'm doing is fucking going to meetings. Nothing's getting done. The whole program, the whole healing part of the program is the step work and the doing the work. And that part was not getting done. But I was showing up to every fucking meeting and getting nowhere. So that was not good. And not only that, when I got him as a sponsor, I was very self independent. I was very strong. I had strong self-esteem. I felt good about myself, and he tore me down. I felt like I was never good enough. I wasn't doing good enough. I was just a disgusting addict. I didn't feel like I got any encouragement or nourishment in the ways I needed it. He just kind of found a way to always make me feel bad about myself. And then as my self-confidence dwindled, soon came rushing back a lot of fear and insecurity, and that fueled me in another direction very badly. I felt like I wasn't ever good enough. He would scold me, he would shame me, and I started to feel just lowest of the low. He also, sponsor is supposed to like mentor you, things to expect in recovery. Well, all this time in recovery, and I had stuff happen that I was not prepared to deal with. I heard stories from other people about acute withdrawal syndrome, but I haven't had enough clean time up until now that I really understood what that meant. I understand having withdrawals and wanting it and all that, and that's normal. Did that fucking every time I sobered up. But this is something that happens after the fact, and it comes on very abruptly, very strong, and very consumingly. It started when I gave blood for blood testing, because I'm on medication and they have to test my blood every so often. And it turns out that once you are an intravenous drug user, you can get the same associations giving blood as you did when you get high, because your body expects what's going to happen. It's like muscle memory. I did not know this. I left after giving blood feeling like I got high. I was shaking. I got the euphoria. I was out of breath. I was freaking the fuck out. That was hard to shake, but I never really shook it. A couple of weeks went by, and this is like a couple months in, like, right, at this point, I'm just shy of 3 months clean. And as long as I've been clean in a long time. And I was really, really looking forward to that. And I couldn't stop thinking about it after that. And it's like I would lay in bed for hours before I fell asleep, and I would usually just redirect my mind, like I said in the past, redirect it, think about something else, focus on the things I'm grateful for, focus on the good things in my life, focus on all the bad things that using brought into my life. It usually would subside, but then it started being every day, every night. And I kept shaking it. I kept going to meetings, but as yet again, my self-esteem was going down. My fear and insecurity plaguing me. This is a comfort thing, using was a way of comforting myself. And so it's trying to relate, my body's trying to relate that to that this is going to make it better, even though I know it won't make it better. Hit a point where I knew I had it, like my spidey sense was tingling. I knew that the sponsor was going to be bad for me. I knew it was hitting in the same direction, and I knew it was costing me everything. It was affecting me deeply, and same thing happened. I couldn't admit it. I'm so fucking terrified of having a conversation and telling somebody how I feel about this isn't working out. This isn't good for me. You're not good for me. I don't know why that's so fucking scary, but I couldn't fucking do it. I tried, and then I tried to establish boundaries so I wouldn't have to have that conversation, because maybe he could change. And he literally ripped my fucking heart out, just tore me a new one. And I'm like, okay. So then I was scared of him. I was terrified to have the conversation then. So I let it go on, and I got farther and farther away from him, and I got farther away from myself. And the more and more I put it off, the more and more terrified I am, the more and more this feeling inside of me is growing and growing and growing. And it reached critical climax when he said something. When I just said, I mentioned that I overdid it at the gym. I worked out a little too hard because I increased my weights, which happens when you work out. When you do a weight increase, sometimes you work out a little too heavy, you're adjusting. But I hurt myself a little bit, just a little bit too much strain on the muscle. And he made a comment about being an addict that rubbed me really the wrong way. And I didn't want to talk to him after that. I was going to fucking rip his throat out if I talked to him next. And I was like, I'm trying to maybe keep my cool. But then after that, fucking everything goes haywire in my head. Everything goes rushing back. Here my body's like, this will make you feel better. This will make you feel better. I'm like, no. I keep telling myself, I'm doing everything in my mind. Everything I'm taught to do, I'm doing it. I'm calling people. I'm on the phone with people. I'm literally going through the dopamine I can have, chocolate and self-gratification, and then fucking cigarettes, and then I even smoked weed. I don't even like weed, but I thought it might just calm me a little bit. Sometimes it does if I'm really in a panicky state. Nothing's freaking touching it. The want and desire comes on so freaking strong. I start pacing. I start hyperventilating. I can't breathe. My body wants it so incredibly bad that I am feeling like I'm gonna rip out my freaking fingernails one by one, because I'm so can't handle it, and I'm starting to shake and having tremors and about to have a panic attack. And I'm like, nobody told me it was gonna be like this. I didn't know it could be like that severe. And I, at this point, am freaking the fuck out. I want to peel my skin off my fucking body. It's consuming me. It's all in my head now. It's going around like a merry-go-round over and 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 over. And all I want is that 15 seconds of rush. That's all I want. That's all I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about And I'm like, I know what's going to come with it. And I get to the point where like, I need it to stop. It has to stop. I can't stop it. It's not stopping. And nobody's helping me. I'm doing everything, but it's not helping. This time, it's just not helping. It's too strong. I can't handle it. I break down. Being that I had been so healthy in the last 3 months, it does not affect me good. It made me really sick, super sick, set off my colitis. Oh my God, I felt like I was going to throw up instantly, and that lasted for 2 days. I only used, for what first time I didn't go on a binge. I used it just a little bit over a 24-hour period, and that's it. Stopped myself. I said no to everything else I was offered. I offered a free drug trip. Didn't say no, said no to that. I said, no, this can't get out of control. I gave it what it wants. I'm still not happy. It still wasn't worth it. Here we are. Can't let it go on. Shut it down. Shut it down for now. Or like shut off my feelings for what they wanted. And then I'm left with the aftermath of the disappointment, the shame, the feeling that I could have done something more in that moment. And for the first time, the fear that I haven't felt in a long time, that I don't know if I can handle what's going to come. Because I don't know really what's going to happen. I don't know how I'm going to feel. And I don't know. These moments are unpredictable. And now that I'm reaching different area of clean time, even with the relapse, it's still more, I'm clean more than I'm using, and I'm experiencing a lot of things for the very first time clean and not on using it. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I didn't know it was going to be this hard. I didn't know it was going to be consuming. I didn't know that I was going to have those kind of physical symptoms of withdrawal where I would have fucking done anything to get into that moment. And then the light bulb popped in my head. I figured out a way I could get it, because I burned my bridges, and I thought I did, but I forgot to delete one thing, and sure enough, that's all it took. That was the most intense thing that I've ever felt in my entire life. I didn't know it could be like that. And that scared me. It truly scared me. I thought that, there'll be tough times, and if I do everything I'm supposed to do, that I can get through it. I don't know if I still believe that. It was so overpowering. It almost just knocked me right on my ass. My body symptoms were like stronger than my brain. For what my knowledge part of knowing what to do knowing to do better, and I don't know. That was a crazy thing to learn, and I know there's gonna be more to come from what I hear, but I don't know how anybody makes it. I know it sounds horrible, but fuck, man. I don't know how anybody makes it. I thought for sure I was gonna be one of the ones that made it, but that's not a guarantee. And this was a big thing to learn. I hate that in recovery a lot of stuff is trial and error for learning about your recovery and what you can handle, and I'm so scared to make a mistake, because my life is literally on the line. It's so fucking... this game of Russian roulette has gotten so fucking fierce. I don't want to fuck up again, but at the same time, I can't know that I won't. I'm trying my best. I got back to my routine right away. I keep doing the things I'm doing and working out and going to the gym and volunteering and going to church and singing in the choir. And I've been doing karaoke with my cousins, and I have a life that I love outside of this part of it, and I just wish I could turn it off, and I can't. That part of me's always gonna be there, and I hate that. I hate it. I want it to go away. There'll always be this part of me, and that's what really sucks. I've just spent the rest of my life scared to lose myself, because it's a fucking reality. It's a reality I have to live with every day. It's something I can never forget. Something I can never move past. I'll almost be an addict, recovered or not. I guess that part also never really occurred to me. So, I feel bad I haven't told everybody yet, but this video is kind of a way of telling everybody. I know that not everybody needs to know every aspect of my life, and I'm sure a lot of people are sick about hearing about it. They say the truth shall set you free. So, I don't want to keep secrets. I'm fighting for my life, and sometimes it's hard to be honest because there's a certain amount of shame and stigma surrounding what I go through, and it's hard to pretend like it's not there. It's hard to pretend like I don't notice the way people look at me when they know. It's hard to not think about what people say behind my back and in reference to it, and not that I really care, but I guess a part of me does, because I'm almost gonna be that guy, and no one's gonna ever see me outside of that. Everyone's gonna wonder if I'm gonna make it, if one day I'm just gonna disappear and not come back, because it's a possibility. And I hate that people that know me have to think about that. And I hate worrying them. And I hate seeing them sad for me. And everybody wants to help it. It's something I have to do myself. So, for anybody who watches this and worries about me, I'm sorry. I swear I'm doing the best I can. The hardest thing to do. The hardest thing I've ever done. So I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me. That being said, I really got to forgive myself. I've been having a hard time with that. I really thought I was gonna make it through this time, and just keep on fighting the good fight. But I'll never stop. I'll never give up. The only other choice is to give in and die, so I'm not doing that. You know, one day I'll hopefully figure this out. How to keep this balance, how to keep the fucking dope down, how to deal with situations in life and balance it all out, because I don't know how to do that. Putting down the drugs was easy. Maintaining it and keeping this going, that's the fucking hardest part. It's a fucking balancing act of a million fucking balls in the air. And I drop one and everything falls. You know what kind of pressure that is? It's a lot of fucking pressure. And it happens real fast. And before I know it, everything's scattered. Even if that was a short relapse and I bounced back really quickly, it doesn't change the fact that one more day in that, or another 24 hours, I could have lost everything again. I was lucky. Lucky that I made it through that again. So that's where I'm at. So right now I'm a week clean again. Still doing everything I'm doing. Try not to slow down. Trying to learn my lesson from this, because there's a lot to learn, and keep going. Anyways, if you're still watching these and haven't given up on me, I appreciate it, and thank you. I didn't know it was gonna be such a wild ride. But, you know, maybe in X amount of time down the road, and watching these all through, it's gonna mean something. Not just to me, somebody else. And that's enough for now. Thank you all. Goodbye.